Discuss a few SEO tips for local businesses in Los Angeles. Obviously, there's a whole lot to be said about doing SEO in Los Angeles, so we're going to focus just on local rankings or your Google My Business profile and your map listings and how to improve those. So let's pop over to Google. I think the first thing is we're going to be talking about any search query that triggers or warrants local results. For instance, Los Angeles dentist, right? This is going to trigger a Google local rankings, or we call them a map 3-pack, Google Maps. Generally, they're called Google local rankings. But if the query deserves local businesses, almost the entire page will be local businesses in the Los Angeles area or lists of local businesses in the Los Angeles area. So long as the query or the search warrants local businesses, almost the entire search engine results page will be local businesses. But the local listings or the map 3-pack usually gets the top spot or right below any ads if there are any ads running for that query. So we're going to talk about how to improve your business's likelihood of showing up in these top 3. Because if you're not in the top 3, you're not going to be shown on this first page unless if they go to more places. If they go to more places, it's going to pop over to the Google My Maps. And then it will show about 20 listings or so, and then they can move on. So you can kind of see everything. However, a majority of searches do take place on this regular Google search page. And so being in the top 3 is vitally important to have your map listing really show up, and that's where you're going to get most of your clicks from. So Google has put out an article about how to improve your rankings, and it is titled Improve Your Local Ranking on Google. And the local ranking is that map 3-pack, or more or less it's your Google My Business profile. So at the end of the article, it gives us the 3 ways that Google determines your local ranking. So we're going to kind of talk about these 3 things and how to improve your Los Angeles business to rank better. So the first one is relevance. Relevance refers to how well a local listing matches what someone is searching for. Adding complete and detailed business information can help Google better understand your business and match your listing to relevant searches. So relevance is really going to apply to several elements. One, it's going to apply to your business name. It's going to apply to your business description, the primary category you choose, and the additional categories you choose for your Google My Business listing, as well as some information from your actual website. So your meta descriptions, and your content of your site is all going to have a piece or a part of the relevance that Google is looking at. So we've found as an agency that even businesses in the Los Angeles area that have a certain keyword in their business name can end up ranking better than other businesses. So even the name of your business may have a pretty large impact on the relevancy and how well you show up. So relevancy is the first thing. Distance or proximity is the second ranking factor. Now, Los Angeles is obviously a very dense city and one of the largest cities in the United States. So it's going to be very, very competitive, and different queries are going to warrant different proximities when it comes to showing how many or how large of an area Google's going to show in that map. For example, let me pop back over here. So we'll search for Los Angeles a coffee shop. Now, if you are in downtown Los Angeles and you search coffee, Google may literally in this map only show you 5 city blocks, because Google or coffee is so competitive and there's so many that it doesn't warrant a very large proximity. And so distance or proximity is going to be extremely important based on that query. Now, if you put in a different query, like for instance, maybe Los Angeles Lexus dealership, which let's just give this a try. It's gonna definitely change the proximity, because there's way fewer dealerships. You can see it's going all the way up to Glendale, all the way up to Burbank. So the proximity widens. It's not going to show just a few city blocks. It's going to show almost multiple cities where there's Lexus dealerships, because it's not that competitive. So that's definitely important to note, is that your query, the type of query, in conjunction with the distance or the proximity, may affect your ranking. So if you're a coffee shop and somebody's 20 miles away and searches coffee, the likelihood that you're going to rank for that person searching 20 miles away for coffee is super, super low, based solely on distance. All right, so let's pop back over to this. So distance obviously is very important. It says, just like it sounds, how far is each potential search result from the location term used in a search? If a user doesn't specify a location in their search, Google will calculate distance based on what's known about their location. So again, distance, proximity is very important, particularly based on the competitiveness of that term, or the proximity and how much distance that particular query warrants. The last ranking factor is prominence. Now this is going to be very important for all Los Angeles businesses, and is one of the most challenging and difficult elements to do. So prominence refers to how well a business is known. Some places are more prominent in the offline world, and search results try to reflect this in local ranking. For example, famous museums, landmark hotels, or well-known store brands that are familiar to many people are also likely to be prominent in local search results. So prominence is also based on information that Google has about your business from across the web. This is going to include links, articles, directories. Google review count and score are factored into local search ranking. More reviews and positive ratings will probably improve a business's local ranking. That's important to note, that the quality and the quantity of your Google My Business reviews says probably will affect your ranking. Your position in web results is also a factor. So SEO best practices also apply to local search optimization. So prominence is going to be the total authority of your website, including like links and how well it's known. That is going to be an important part of also your search engine optimization outside of just local ranking. So those are the 3 primary things that all Los Angeles businesses should focus on to help improve their local business rankings and to get on that first page and in that 3-pack when somebody searches any query relevant to their business. Thanks.